Jalon True, and welcome to my Let's Play of Star Trek Online on the PS4. I'm the Big B82, and this is part 50 of my Romulan Republic Federation Aligned Tactical Officer. We're about to undertake the next mission in the Cold War side quest arc, where we're going to go and render aid to a Deferi ship that has been attacked by the Breen, and they need some assistance, and we're going to go and help them out. Now, you will notice I am in a new ship. I did get annoyed with that science carrier. You know, it was getting on my nerves, and I decided, you know what, I don't want to fly it anymore. So this is a carrier. This is the Tier 6 version of the CAF class Tier 5 carrier that we were flying around with a few episodes back. This is the Tier 6 variant, basically the same ship, but upgraded to Tier 6. We have new shuttles as well. We're flying Aeon class time ships, mainly because I can't get access to the Scorpion fighters, and I could get access to the Aeon ones, so I'm using the Aeon ones. No, nothing else really different. Other than that, let's have the mission and then get the show on the road. I wish they would give this guy a voice actor. Hell, I'll do it if they want. We are receiving a distress signal from the Raveh System. A Deferi Transport weathered a Breen attack, but they have taken heavy casualties and are requesting immediate assistance. My people do not have military ships, Admiral, and I am loath to send a likely rescue vessel into such a dangerous situation. Please, you must do whatever you can to help them. And let's travel to the Raveh 2 system. You won't get to see this ship in combat in this episode anyway. This is a ground mission, but you will get to see it in combat in the next episode, which for those watching will be Thursday, which is Cyberpunk 2077's release date. I have to think about that one. Captain, we're being held by the disabled Deferi frigate. Putting it on screen now. Thank you for responding to our distress call. We have been boarded by the Breen and have taken severe casualties. We could use any medical aid you could render. Please approach and beam over as soon as you can. Please beam over any medical supplies and personnel you can spare. We'll send you or transport to Chief the coordinates to our trauma centre. Basically, that's me heading over. I'm not sending the doctor over. No. I'm sending myself over, because apparently I'm the only one who can do it. Okay, sorry about that. Let's speak with Dr. Cossa. By the balance, you couldn't have arrived at a better time. Sorry about that. By the balance, you couldn't have arrived at a better time. I need every available person to help the patients. I think the Breen take pleasure in causing pain. A few of our crew were killed, but many have been injured. If you want to help, I need someone at table 7. Take the patient's medical history and triage the injury. If it is a minor issue, go ahead and treat them as if so we can make room for another patient. Okay, so patient at table 7. So this is the injured at Deferi. Please tell me. Please, it hurts. Help me. What hurts? It's my left side. I took a disruptor hit from a Breen rifle. Please, I need something for the pain. Do you have anything that will help? Do you have any allergies? I am highly allergic to metropan. I was given it once and my airways swelled until it was completely blocked. I almost died. Are you taking any medications currently? No. Do I look like I should be? Have you been treated for anything related to this issue? How often do you think I'm shot by a Breen? Last time I saw a physician was 2 years ago and I was treated for a polywater intoxication. When was the last time you ate? Midday, I guess. What does this have to do with anything? Why aren't you giving me something for the pain yet? What were you doing when you were injured? I was repairing a power conduit on deck 2 when the Breen came out of engineering and shot me. Didn't even give me a chance to surrender. I wouldn't have fought them. Okay. So we need to go to the hypo spray. Where's the medical thing? Right. There are several medications available from the Deferi medkits that we can use to treat this patient's pain. Acetylcholine, bicardine, hydrochlorine, methapane and morpholog. All are indicated for pain relief. Once the patient is stable, you can treat the disruptor hit directly with a photo laser, which should fix the damage done to the cellular structure. Right, so we need to go to a medkit. Where are the medkits? Right, so they have a metformin so we can't use metformin because it will kill them. So we need to use bicardine. Bicardine is indicated for decreasing pain associated with serious trauma injuries. Treatment with bicardine is known to cause addictive behaviour in patients who are treated with the drug for a long period of time, more than 10 days. Methapane is a non-addictive substitute that is preferred in most cases to serious trauma. The pain from the disruptor wound is subsiding. That feels much better, thank you. The bicardine is having the desired effect, Captain. Now we just need to use the photo laser Protoflaser. Do I pronounce the P? Proto laser. Proto laser? No, I'm pretty sure you don't pronounce the P. Anyway, on the wound to treat without causing undue pain to the patient. I'm a tactical officer. I'm not a doctor. You want me to treat you with a bloody thing, unless you want me to shoot you. Okay, Dr. Coulter. Good work with that last patient. Has anyone ever told you that you have a talent for medicine? No, because I can't even pronounce the tools I'm using correctly. I need someone to check on the patient on table 3. I would appreciate any help you can give us. Okay. So help the dude on table 3. Mother, is that you? What hurts? An older boy named Tosca used to take my favourite toys when I brought them to school. If I tried to fight him to get them back, he'll break the toys so that no one could play with them. Mother said that Tosca was out of balance. Do you have any allergies? I hated the taste of my mother's stew when I was young. She tried to convince me it tasted like spring, but I thought it tasted like bugs. Are you taking any medication? I used to play in the mud every time it rained. My mother thought I would get sick of playing outside in the cold and the damp, but I never got sick, not once. I think he's on something. Have you ever been treated for anything related to this issue? I loved it when my mother used to sweep me up in her arms and hug me tight. She smelled like love and cooking herbs. When was the last time you ate? I used to pick berries with my sister out on the hills overlooking the farm where we grew up. They were tart. They were tart? So my mother would sprinkle granulated carver honey on them. Okay. When was the last time you ate? What were you doing before you got injured? My father used to sing rhymes to me when I was a child. I would fall asleep in his arms and have the best of dreams. The patient seems disorientated and unaware of their surroundings. I agree, Captain. Well, you are the doctor. I'm a tactical officer. I think he's on drugs. It may be a symptom of brain trauma, but we cannot rule out a psychological breakdown until we do a mental status check. The stress of the Breen attack may have been more than the patient's mind could process. Do you know your name? My sister had a doll. She used to call it like Ayaka. Do you know approximately what time it is? I loved catching lumic insects at twilight. The light from the descending sun would make their wings glow like golden fire. Do you know where you are? Can we have a dessert now? I'm finished with my vegetables. Do you know what year it is? My sister is 3 years older than me. That meant my mum let her do all the fun things while I had to sit and watch. There is something obviously wrong with this patient's mental status. I recommend that we scan the brain tissue for a deep trauma. Oh, fuck off. A hyperconologram should reveal if there's any damage. Tell me the story of the preservers again. Captain, it appears that there's a cortical implant in this patient's brain that is causing disorientation and delusions. There's an extremely high amount of neuroactivity in the area around the implant. Perhaps if we are able to decrease the activity with an anesthetic, the patient would be more responsive. Now, please use medication from the lead in the hyperspray. So we have options, and we need to use antihistamine, which is that one. Amphetamine is an anesthetic that used for calming hyperactive nerve impulses. The use of amphetamine is known to interfere with cranial implants by decreasing their effectiveness. Where am I? I remember the Breen attack. There was a medic. He seemed sad. The Breen implanted me with a cortical implant. have been forcing me to relive memories from my past. Please help get it out of my head. I don't want to live like this. The amphetamine worked, Captain. Removing the cortical implant is a tricky process. We should confer with Dr. Corsair about how to proceed. I'm not familiar with any technology like this. Any attempt I would make at removing it would be based upon an educated guess. We have some captured Breen in the brig waiting for transport to a holding facility. Perhaps you could question them? One of the monsters who did this to my patient might know how to reverse the process. Okay. So let's go and speak with the Breen. Sorry about that. Live streaming and trying to see what's going on in the football. Anyway, so there are a few things you should know about the Breen before you begin the interrogation. Despite our less than civil encounters with the Breen in the past, we have discovered ways to handle them. The Breen are a warrior race. They do what is expedient and will often take prisoners rather than kill. You can get more work out of a slave than a dead man, after all. Okay, so the Breen is only logical that they put their duty above all. They survive, but they do not live as we do. The Breen are very concerned with personal honour. Do not insult a Breen honour or suggest that they kill without cause. You should be fine with your interrogation. Okay, so let's speak with the first guy. What are you looking at, Romulan? What is your name? Look at you, cowering in the shadow of Frothrel. What hope could the Deferi possibly have against a might like his? I don't want to answer your questions. Go bother someone else. Tell me about Frothrel. Frothrel has more power and vision than a pathetic being like yourself could possibly comprehend. The Deferi will be the first to fall to his might, but they will not be the last. He will not stop until the entire Alpha Quadrant serves the Breen Confederacy. Someday I'll soon stand at the blasted remains of your homeworld and celebrate our victory. I will grind the remains of your leadership into the dust under my boot heels. Frothrel will be the man who makes this possible. Okay, a deluded idiot. Talk to me if you wish, but I will never betray the Breen Confederacy. What's your name? Are you here to let me go? What is your name? I am Tran. Alright. What do you want, Romulan? Okay, what are you doing here? I am a combat medic in the 5th Order. I serve the Breen Confederacy. I was ordered to go to this system by my superiors. I'm sure that you have encountered other Breen in the Deferi sector. What are you doing here? I'm currently incarcerated in a Deferi brig. I was captured near the bridge when my boarding party was overwhelmed by the Deferi security teams. While the ship may not be carrying military personnel, a 3-man boarding party stands little chance against 4 fully armed security teams defending their ship and their captain. We gave away the terrain advantage and now we are paying the price. You must have known this wasn't a military ship. Why did you attack it? I do not feel comfortable continuing this conversation. My commanding officer is nearby a cell and can overhear everything that we are saying. While I do not agree with his actions in this matter, I respect his position of authority, and I will not throw his dishonour in his face. All audio signals entering and leaving this cell have been blocked by the acoustic dampening field. Now we need to be careful. If you bugger this up, you have to restart the whole mission all over again. I do not feel comfortable continuing this conversation, mate. Your commanding officer cannot hear what we are saying. My superior thought that these Deferi civilians might have the information for which we have been searching. While I might have disagreed with his choice of target, it's not a soldier's place to question his commanding officer. I think my dissension was the reason I was selected to join the assault on the ship's bridge, a dangerous task for the best of circumstances, and one that had the least chance of success. Did you object to your commanding officer about this assignment? Someone like you couldn't understand, but in the Breen Confederacy we obey our commanders. I may not have always been pleased by what I have been ordered to do, but I understand that there is a goal that must be achieved and that I may not have all the facts that my superiors do. Do you believe that the goal you are attempting to achieve was worth killing civilians? I did not want to attack this ship. There is an ability to be a soldier. Excuse me. When I enter battle, I know I could be killed. I know that the others will die at my hands, but that is what we must do. It is part of being a soldier. Civilians are not part of this unspoken agreement. They do not wake up each day and know that in their hearts that it could be their last. They should be out of bounds as target for people like you and me. There is no honor in fighting someone who's unprepared to fight back. I regret that I had orders to kill these civilians. More than that, I regretted I had carried out those orders. What were your orders? I am a combat medic. Normally my task is to repair the injuries of my fellow soldiers. On this mission I was tasked with capturing civilians alive and fitting them with subspace cortical implants. These devices are barbaric, even by our standards. We use them to retain memories from the most obstinate of interrogation subjects. This particular implant has a subspace relay intended to capture and transmit those memories to those so that my superiors can sift through the secrets locked in our victims' minds, even as we moved on the implants to implant more subjects. Why did you do this? What information did the Deferi have that you needed so badly? I am not sure what exactly the commanders wanted to learn from these people. I can only guess that my superiors wanted the information that they felt could be held by any member of the Deferi population. Cortical implants were calibrated to bring long-term memories to the surface, even going back to the target's childhood. Perhaps they wanted to learn something about that even a Deferi child might know. Would the probe of the Deferi know the memories were being searched? Perhaps, if they had the mental fortitude to recall the memories that were being triggered during the interrogation. The pain from the implants can be quite intense. How do we remove the implant? The removal of the cortical implant is a very delicate procedure. The implants are intended to be strong enough to survive the interrogation process, but it's too difficult to be removed by the subject or anyone else. I've worked with these implants for some time. Have your doctors talk to me and I will tell them what to do and they need to do to remove them. Okay, let's go and speak with Dr. Coulter while walking into the door. The ferry ships look remarkably like Klingon ships, look remarkably like freighters. Not saying that they keep using the same thing. Nah. Anyway, Dr. Coulter. This is just the information we needed. I'll round up a surgical team and we'll begin the process of removing the implant immediately. I spent some time talking to the patient while you were in the brig. It sounded like the Breen implant was triggering the memories of the patient's early childhood, many of them involving rhymes and songs. Most Deferi parents and grandparents sing to their children and tell them the stories of our past and our traditions. A common theme in our songs is the preservers. We sing their travels through the universe, their efforts to maintain the balance, and their great archive. My children are particularly fond of the songs about the Preserver Archive, hidden place where they left all their technology and records of their ancient days. It is an interesting story, but I don't know if any place like that could actually exist. After all, we're talking about children's rhymes. Captain, the Breen must believe that the Preserver Archive exists. There is no other explanation as to why they would be targeting the Deferi civilians in order to obtain information about the nursery rhymes. Before we leave, Tran's requested to talk to you again. He's waiting in his cell. Out of my way. Enemy way. What? Thank you for returning. I know that helping you was the right thing to do, but because I did so, I can never return to the Breen Confederacy. Therefore, I would like to request asylum. Much has happened between our races, but now that you are now I see that you are different. Perhaps in time for Perhaps it is time for the different sort of Breen. I, however, am not alone in this request. There is a small group of Breen that share my feelings. We know that attacking innocents is wrong. If you accept us, we would like to join you. I will give you information necessary to contact them. It may take some time before they are willing to respond. Your future actions will speed up their process. We sent communication based on the Franz for information. I can't be sure that it's been received, so to the point I believe the only thing we can do is to wait for a response. A Breen capable of reason. I never thought I would see that. I'm surprised, but I'm not going to complain about the good fortune. The Deferi seem to have things under control. Are you ready to leave the system? I am Devex. And unfortunately, the mission that he's talking about has been removed. So we can't do it. That's how Ambassador Sorrel. I remember the stories about the preservers from my childhood, and of course, we have ruins linked to them on Deferi, but I've never heard of an intact preserve installation. The Breen, however, are taking these stories quite seriously, and if the Breen managed to acquire preserver level technology, they could shift the balance of power in the entire Alpha Quadrant. It's lucky that you were able to establish a connection with Tran. I believe that he was sent by the powers to help maintain the balance in the galaxy, and I am grateful. I know your intelligence service will have more questions for him, but after that, I promise I'll do everything I can to see that he and the other Breen who disagree with their government's actions are not forgotten. One of your commanding officers was requested to speak with you. You should consider meeting them when you're done here. And yeah, the mission that involves them has been removed, so can't do it. As Snake would say, you don't understand. I can't do it. So, and that is the end of part 50, Cold Comfort. When we return, we will be doing part 51, which is, let's have a look, is Cold Case, where we're going to go on the trail of these stories and try to find the Preserver Archive before the Breen. Until then, please subscribe, comments are welcome, and I appreciate any thumbs up. I'm the Big B82. Thank you very much for watching. Join on true, and ciao for now.